Good morning, students. Today we will learn about the displacement reaction. So, I will tell you first the definition of displacement reaction. There are two types of displacement reaction. First is a single displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Now, first the single displacement reaction. Definition of single displacement reaction. A reaction in which an atom or a group of atoms present in a molecule is displaced by another atom is called as a displacement reaction. So, what is the definition exactly? The reaction in which atom or group of atom present in a molecule is displaced by the another atom. One atom is displaced by another atom. Such a reaction is called as a single displacement reaction. Now one more definition is here. The reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element. What is it exactly? The more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its compound. Such reaction is called as a single displacement reaction. Now, one more important point is both metals and non-metals take part in displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, both the metals and non-metals both are take part. Okay. Now, for better understanding, we will discuss here one activity. So, take 3 iron nails and clean them by rubbing with the sandpaper. Okay. Now, take 2 test tube, mark as A and test tube B. Mark as a test tube A and test tube B. Add 10 ml of the copper sulfate solution into that test tube. Now, tie the 2 iron nails with the thread, with the help of thread into that test tube. Now, immerse them carefully in copper sulfate like in test tube B for 20 minutes. And one iron nail is a keep aside for comparison. Okay. Now, after 20 minutes, take out the iron nails from copper sulfate solution. Then, we have to compare the intensity of the blue color. We have to compare the intensity of blue color. Also, we have to compare the color of iron nail. Okay. Now, see this. This test tube having the color is changed. That is the color of this test tube is a change. Why this color of test tube is changed? Why the color of this test tube is changed? Because iron is reacted with copper sulfate which is present into that test tube. Iron which is reacted in with the copper sulfate which is present into that test tube. See also the color of the iron is a change. Why this color of iron is changed? Because it is reacted with the copper sulfate solution which is present into that test tube, which is present into that test tube, and we will get the iron sulfate solution. We will get the iron sulfate solution. See this reaction. Iron solid, it is reacted with the copper sulfate, that is aqueous. What we will get? We will get iron sulfate solution. We will get iron sulfate solution and copper as it is. Why this iron sulfate solution is formed? Because iron is more reactive than the copper present over copper sulfate solution. That's why we will get the copper sulfate solution and iron as it is. The iron is displaces copper and we will get the iron sulfate. Some more examples are given here. let's look at these examples. Zinc solid reacted with copper sulfate aqueous, we will get the zinc sulfate, copper as it is. Again, the lead reacted with copper chloride solution, we will get the lead chloride aqueous and copper as it is. The reactivity of this and this is more as compared to copper. That's why it displaces copper easily, and we will get the solution of iron sulfate, zinc sulfate and lead chloride. Now let's move to our next one, that is double displacement reaction. So definition of the double displacement reaction. First of all, definition of the double displacement reaction. In the double displacement reaction, two compounds exchange their ions, to form two new compounds. Okay? Two compounds exchange their ions and to form the new compound. So let's look at this activity. Okay, take 3 ml of the sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. Okay, in a test tube. In another test tube, again 3 ml of the barium chloride mixed with each other. What we'll observe? We will observe here the white substance. We will observe the white substance which is insoluble in the solution, and such a substance is known as a precipitate. Such substance is known as precipitate, and such a reaction is known as a precipitation reaction. Any reaction into which the insoluble substance, white substance, is formed, such reaction is called as a precipitation reaction. And here is a reaction: sodium sulfate when reacted with barium chloride, we will get the barium sulfate and sodium chloride which is soluble into the solution. Okay, that is aqueous. Now see this, there are into the reaction SO4 2- and barium 2+, that is both are opposite poles, both are attract to each other, negative and positive, and we will get the precipitate of barium sulfate. Such a reaction in which there is an exchange of ion, such a reaction in which there is an exchange of ion between the reactants are called as a double displacement reaction. Now let's move to oxidation reaction. First of all, definition of the oxidation reaction. Now, the addition of oxygen and the removal of hydrogen. Addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, that is oxidation. The reaction in which addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen from a compound is called as oxidation. Now here is a one activity. Take a china dish like this, add copper like this and burn this copper with the help of burner. What we observe? We will get the copper oxide. Cupric oxide it is also called. Why we will get cupric oxide? When it is burned, we will get the cupric oxide, because this copper, it is reacted with oxygen present in atmosphere, and we will get the copper oxide, that is cupric oxide. First, the brown black color coating which is observed at the base of this china dish. At the base of this china dish, this is a copper cupric oxide. This is a cupric oxide. Now, see, if the hydrogen gas is passed over the heated material of the CuO, that is cupric oxide, if the hydrogen gas pass into that cupric oxide, what will observe? This cupric oxide get reduced, we will get copper again. That is, here reduction is takes place. So let's move to our reduction reaction. That is a definition of reduction reaction. Reduction reaction means the reaction in which addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen, such a reaction is called as a reduction reaction. So let's move to this one, redox reaction. So what is redox reaction? Redox reaction is nothing but the oxidation reduction reaction. It is also called as a redox reaction. A reaction in which where oxidation and reduction both are takes place. A reaction in which where the oxidation and reduction both are takes place, such a reaction is called as a redox reaction. Okay, such a reaction are called as a redox reaction. So let's look at this reaction. Cupric oxide when treated with hydrogen, that is hydrogen gas is passed over the cupric oxide, then we will get copper as it is and water. That is, hydrogen is oxidized here. What will get? H2, that is water molecule, and copper is reduced here. From this copper is reduced here, we will get only copper. From CuO means cupric oxide, we will get copper only. That is reduction reaction. And from H2 we will get the H2O, that is this is a oxidation reaction. Both are happen in one reaction. Okay, such a reaction is called as a redox reaction. Let's move to some more example here. Zinc oxide treated with carbon, we will get zinc and carbon monoxide. Zinc oxide is reduced and copper monoxide is oxidized here. Zinc get reduced here and copper get oxidized here. Such a reaction is called as a also redox reaction. This is a one more example. So I will tell you one more important thing, that is a oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So the substance which oxidizes element or compound is known as a oxidizing agent. The substance which oxidizes element or compound, such substance is known as a oxidizing agent, while the substance which reduces the compounds is known as a reducing agent. Okay, now our next topic, have you observed the effect of oxidation reaction in everyday life? Yes, have you observed this effect of the oxidation in everyday life? Yes, we all have observed the effect of oxidation in everyday life. So what is corrosion? Everyone know about corrosion? Yes, everyone know. When metals are new, जो भी metal new होता है, like iron, silver, copper, it articles or any metals are shiny. कैसे होते हैं जब वो न्यू होते हैं? शाइनी. बट when the new metals are exposed to atmosphere, moisture, long term exposed to moisture, atmospheric conditions, then they are corroded. Their physical appearance is a change, totally change. Like iron is changing its color and we will get a reddish brown color of iron. Okay, that is nothing but the iron metal or any object of iron is corroded, and such a reaction is called as a corrosion. Such a reaction is called as a corrosion. Same in a case of other metal like copper and silver. First color of silver is white, then it is exposed to atmosphere for long period or any moisture effect are there, then its color is black. Coating is we observe the black coating on silver and green coating on copper. We observe the green coating on copper, that is both of the metal are corroded. Both of the metals are corroded, silver also corroded and copper also corroded. Such a phenomena is called as a corrosion. Now rancidity. Here is also same. When the food like fats, containing fats or oil, when exposed to atmosphere, the smell, taste getting change. The taste and smell of such a food is a change. The food containing fats or oil, when exposed to atmospheric condition, their taste and smell also change. Then we will call such food is a rancid food. We will call such food rancid food. We will call such food is a rancid food. Okay. Now for prevention. Now for prevention of oxidation, that is a what happened, these foods are oxidized. रैंसिड क्यों होते हैं वो? बिकॉज वो फूड ऑक्सीडाइज होते हैं, दे आर एक्सपोज टू एटमॉस्फेयर. ऑक्सीडाइज होने के बाद सच फूड्स आर कॉल्ड एज अ रैंसिड फूड. फॉर प्रिवेंशन ऑफ ऑक्सीडेशन, ऑक्सीडेशन नहीं होना चाहिए, प्रिवेंट होने चाहिए, इसलिए so that's why we kept such food in airtight container. So that's why for prevention of the oxidation, we will kept such food into the airtight container. Okay, now today we will stop here. In next class we will discussing our next topic.